everybody. My name is Boris Gumhold. I'm senior manager at here. This is my colleague, Joe Su, principal engineer. And today we will show you, our focus will be on our NDS.Live activities, NDS.Live services, specifically search, geocoding, and routing. But before we dive on some hands-on session, which Joe will show later on, I will show you a few interesting aspects of our content, specifically content for autonomous driving. So that's our here autonomous driving offer, and I will tell you a bit about content, how we build it, and what might be interesting for you in that sense. There's the two of us. We can go over that. So, automated driving use cases, which are supported by here, there's a wide variety of them. And obviously route planning and fleet management, so the basic use case, precise localization, which is based on lane data, localization objects, path planning, which gives localized context for a vehicle to make good decision in a short term. Operational design domain, basically that's a set of conditions under which a car can apply its function. For example, the autonomous driving or self-driving function. And simulation service, which provides customers with a frame for their research. When they are researching different functions, then they can use that service as well. So how we design the map, it's based on layers, which then give you different or enable different functionality. For example, core map layer, it's a basic road network. HD map obviously provides lane level and localization information. And then we have more advanced content and dynamic services like lane level traffic, as well as option to add your own map on top of the here map and in a aligned way. So this slide gives a high-level overview how we create our content. So obviously, we process raw data or input coming from different sources: probes, ADAS sensor data, here through sensor data, aerial images, and so on. And so there is a multiple of inputs we are processing, and then the first step in the processing is to do, we call it content conflation. That means you have a lot of drive paths along a road. Now, out of that, you have to figure out how the road actually looks like, or what's the shape of the road. So all these multiple drive paths coming from different sensors will be converted in a single the definition or description of a road or its geometry. Result of that will be a set of individual features, like signs, roads, or whatever, and then all of them will be stored in an internal map, which then we call content domain for each of the different content types. And then in the next stage, of course, all these features in different content domains, they have to be aligned to each other. After that step, we have a unified view into the content. So that means whoever is using our map will have perfect insight into how the model of the world with roads, the signs, and everything looks like, and can use it for their autonomous driving functions or other car functions. This slide is just a bit extension of the previous one, and it highlights the importance of the car in the whole process of creating good quality map. Yeah? So the millions of cars with their sensors are contributing to the input which we then use to create our map. Okay, so next two slides are just a bit of a high-level wrap-up or overview what our HD.Live map is. So it's a highly detailed cloud-based content and the service providing that content, and it's especially focused on vehicle autonomous driving function. And it consists of multiple layers, as I explained earlier on the previous slide, but here we see a bit more details what those layers are. Yeah, so specifically, road model with a number of attributes, lane model, then again with a number of attributes, as well as localization model. So this stack of attributes then enables our customers to implement use cases and different car functions. All right, so there is one more slide with a bit of description what ODD actually is, operational design domain. Yeah? So as I said earlier, we defined conditions and rules under which specific car function can be applied or in a safe way. For example, autonomous driving. Yeah? And here supports customers who define their own rules and conditions for each of the vehicle types. And this is the last slide. Okay, so the last slide is about the simulation service. So it provides customers with a framework so they can test their functions using our HD and SD content. Okay, so that was a quick walkthrough through the here content and our services. And now we are going to focus more on the next step. So how we will utilize the content which we provide for our NDS.Live service and data, and I hand over to John.
Thank you, Boris. So my name is Josu. I'm a principal engineer of here. Now, today I want to share that what we have added to what we presented last year. So last year we presented that we have a smart layer, the NDS.Live compilation service, basically an ETL service, compiling our here contents into NDS.Live data, which was served by the NDS.Live smart layer service. And to access that, I presented also a small mobile app accessing that, and together with other here platform services integrated and seamlessly working, showing the matched attributes fetched from the NDS.Live contents. Now, before I jump to the demo, I would like to just first shortly list all the NDS.Live services. I was a bit surprised when I was collecting all of these, which some of them I was not aware. So in the registry module, there was the registry service, the smart module. It has multiple, like say the smart layer service, the smart layer path horizon service, smart layer match service, smart raster tile service. And in the routing model, it has the typical route calculation service and also the range projection service. In the search, it has the typical, text-based search service and the geocoding service, and at last in the vehicle model it also has a service generating the electric, let's say, vehicle horizons. Now today I'm happy to present that last year we were presenting in the app accessing the smart layer service, and the registry service was running on the background. And today I'm happy to share that we have implemented more services using the routing and the search. And with the following, let's say, listed options supported. So I'm going to start the demo now. Now, last year, I used the reference location as a tile street in Frankfurt, which is the shopping street, the famous one in Frankfurt. And we are now located in Munich. So where would you recommend as a reference location? So I picked Marienplatz. Yeah. So if you are new, you should go there. This is a must go site. So I want to go there. That means I have to just browse around. Okay, where I can see there. Now, without NDS.Live services, I'm zooming in to that location, zooming, and I do a long press to fetch the data, what I can see there. And as you see on the top, as presented last year, those are the restriction data coming from the NDS.Live Smart Layer services. So this is basically a plaza area with a very access limited area, means you see all the vehicles, most likely they are just restricted to access. And then this small pop-up window, this basically you can imagine, based on the press location, then it basically fetches this information using the geocoding service from the here platform service. Now, let's switch to NDS.Live using the new feature. Now I'm enabling the NDS.Live service, and then I'm going to zoom in again. And then I do the long press to fetch the data, and basically getting the same restricted, let's say, data for that road. It's the next road, which I picked from the last one, but still showing the same information because it's on the same plaza area. And we are still seeing the same information, which is fetched from the geocoding service of NDS.Live. And you may not have noticed it, but if you follow the video by frame, there is an interesting thing which I can share. So first, what it does is basically the app fetches the location, the lat long, and then what it does is just throw it to the geocoding service, basically the reverse geocoding service, and then shows the results. So it happens in a very short time, but I was able to notice this happening using our new NDS.Live service because this service, what I implemented, is running in a PC-like small instance in the development environment. But once we move it to a production grade, let's say, environment, like the here platform service, then I think this will be much improved and you won't notice it. Now, let's use the full package of all the services. But before we use the NDS.Live service, let's use the same services, what we used in last year. So I want to go to the Marienplatz from this location, from this hotel. Basically, what I have to do is I have to search. So NDS.Live service is disabled. That means I'm going to use the here platform service. Oh, by the way, I'm not good at German, so how do I spell Marienplatz? I wasn't sure, but at least I can guess Marie. So I type Marie, and thanks to the here platform service, it suggests on the top the right one. So I pick that, and seems like it's the right position, the right location. Okay, good. Show me the route. It runs the route calculation using the here platform service. The here platform service basically supports 4 kind of modes, which is for vehicle, trucks, scooter, and pedestrian, including the traffic and, let's say, reflected. And there are some other, let's say, options like how many alternative routes you want, and also the optimization, whether based on fastest or shortest. And there are also other options. But okay, it looks good. So I'll take the recommended one and start the navigation using the simulator, by the way. So what it does is, as shown as last year, it downloads the smart layer tiles. As you see, it's downloaded. And then once it starts to move, it tries to match and fetch the, let's say, relevant attributes for that. And here you see on the top, you see the turn-by-turn guide and instructions there. And here on the bottom left, there is a speed limit sign, and these informations are coming from the here platform service. Only the let's say the rectangle just below the turn-by-turn guidance, those are the ones which was fetching or showing the NDS.Live data, what we compiled. And this was shown last year. Okay, now we're going to use the full package, all from the NDS.Live service, what we built for this year. So doing the same thing from this hotel, I enable the NDS.Live service. Then if I do the search, we already been there. I was already searched, but it's showing, but I'll try again, Marie. Then it shows the same suggestions. All these are coming from the NDS.Live search service implemented. So the top looks good. I click on it, and then it shows the location there, which looks good. And then I ask for the route. It shows the route like this. And here I only implemented two kinds of modes, one for the car and the other one for the truck. And the traffic information was not reflected. Now let's jump into some other options here. So you see there's one alternative, and if I click the truck, you see there is no alternative route shown because the other one, which was possible for the car, is not really usable for the truck, so there is no alternative provided. Now I want more alternative routes for the car, so I switch to 3, then based on the recommended route, and then you get more alternative routes found. So first, second, and the third one. All different routes, slightly different alternatives. But I will just take the recommended one and start the navigation. Then you see the same screen showing almost the same information, but this time it's not downloading anything because I already downloaded the smart layer tiles before. So it's not downloading anything, it's fetching it from the local cache, showing all the information. And this time you see on the top, the turn-by-turn guidance, those, and also the bottom left, the speed limit information, those are all coming from the same smart layer tile data. Before it was coming from the here platform data, but now everything, including the guidance, everything is fetched from the here NDS.Live service. Okay, for this demo, we used these kind of tech stacks. It was really interesting. I used the Open API to specify the service APIs. And I generated the code for the server side for Java. It was Java before for the smart layer service. But this time, all the services, I tried Kotlin, which works fine. And also on the client side, because our app, it was using the here SDK for Flutter, that means I have to use Dart, and that client generated code was also working fine, which means the solution is working fine. And the service was built based on Spring Boot, and I was using the here SDK for the Flutter, and everything works perfectly fine as expected. Okay, this is all what we have prepared. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback, we'll be happy to receive any emails from you. Thank you.